Welcome to this edition of the Weekly Dose. Challenge your perspective. This is Patrick Dare in Washington, D.C. I don't know about you, but recently I've been left with this sickness to my stomach where our country is headed to. It seems we are headed to this dark place where it's going to be very difficult to come out of. The recent killing of Mr. George Muchai, being gunned down by a single gunman, with all the security details that this public official is accorded, leaves the rest of us Kenyans wondering, what can we do? Where is our security? And it seems with every successive time that passes, heinous crimes go unpunished. We've seen the deaths of prominent people, and the promise each time of no stone being left unturned. And with every time that passes, the trails get cold. The death of Dr. Robert Ouko, the mysterious death in a helicopter crash of the former Vice President and Minister of Internal Security, Mr. George Saitoti, and his assistant, Mr. Orwa Ojode, and now Mr. Muchai. And one common factor that seems to be tying all this is that these people had some information about high-level corruption. Mr. Muchai mentioned about corruption at the highest level of an organization that he was very, very familiar with. And he talked about his life being in danger. We now have a promise of no stone left unturned. The Minister for Labor, Mr. Kazungu Kambi, has come out to say that he has information. Now the law has somewhere to start, and Kenyans are watching. Corruption at the highest level is that one single cancer that's eating at our society, denying the Kenyans the resources that they deserve to develop for schools, for hospitals, for general well-being of all Kenyans. And yet, a few people seem to enjoy the fruits that they don't work for, the money that comes easy. And anybody that questions that is in the line of fire. They get killed. The law must extend its hands and reach out and get these people. Nobody should be above the law. But as we know, these people, from their corruption, which they have to protect in whichever fashion that they seem fit to them, take the law into their own hands. And it seems that with every case that comes up and dies and withers, they're emboldened. They know they can do it and nobody will get to them. They'll be able to buy their way through. And because it's easy money that comes to them, those that they can hire to do their heinous crimes will gladly take it. We've seen killings en masse in Peketoni. And every time seems that the investigation goes cold. We have very strong laws in the country. But one wonders whether the investigations can overcome the corrupt nature in which it seems that it's becoming part of the Kenyan culture, from the lowest person to the highest. We must be ready to face this cancer. We must deal with this before the country is thrown into an abyss, into a dark place that we can never come out of. We are not a failed state yet, but it seems like we are fast on the highway towards that end. And we can just see an example right in our neighbor, the Somali, in Egypt. We don't want to get there. We don't want to be Libya. We don't want to be Syria. We don't want to be Afghanistan. and it better start with everybody at every level. Because this corruption thing is making our country very unsafe. That is my perspective. What's yours?